All right, so we will start this session based off of what we went over from the previous session. So, Mr. and Mrs. Banks, can you tell me a little bit about what has been going on in the home?
Work, 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 work.
Well, don't say that. Don't say that. Not just work.
Oh, well, what do you want me to say?
No. Women's suffrage.
Work.
But women's
Daddy does
suffrage.
always work. He's always at work. We never see you. You're
Oh,
always
hey,
working.
hey.
Okay,
That's who
Michael.
brings in the income, right? I have to work for us to have a roof over our head, right?
Right,
Right.
right, right. I agree.
Right, so Mr. Banks, George, and Winifred. So, overall, it seems as if Jane and Michael and Winifred feel that Mr. Banks, George, works a lot.
Yep, Dad's always working.
Hey, Michael. He doesn't work that much.
What was
He's
that,
got to
Winifred?
provide for us. He's got to provide for us, so he doesn't work. He just, he's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, but we're always like playing with the nanny all the time. We see mommy, but we don't see daddy at all.
Oh, well, what do you think I'm paying her for? You think I'm paying her to look in my face? No. Paying her to watch over the kids.
Let's see. So it seems like there's a little bit of tension between everyone.
Oh, I
No
wouldn't call it
tension.
tension. I wouldn't call it tension. This is how we are. This is our family life.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
What George said.
coming from our first session, can you tell me who and what brought you in? Which one of you decided to step into the counseling process? Michael and Jane?
Yep.
Well, they kind of suggested it, and I kind of see it just a little bit, but overall, George is doing an awesome job. He's taking care of everything. So, I just wanted to see how it was going to be, and the first session was so amazing. And so, we thought we'd come back. Jane's not here. She had to go to a camp, but um, yeah, it's really not a problem. We're just here because Michael felt like we need to come, and we're trying to support. Isn't that right, George?
Yep. Right. Absolutely right.
Yeah, because he always dismisses everything that Jane and I say. Like, for instance, we wrote him a letter letting him know what type of nanny we wanted, and then he ripped it up and threw it away and told us to go back into the nursery.
Oh,
How did that make
that
you feel,
quiet.
Michael?
Like, nothing we said mattered. We were just trying to help because we felt like, they were stressed out. And we felt really bad about running out on the other nanny. Well, trying to catch a kite, but we got lost. And we just tried to help. We wrote him a beautiful letter for the new nanny and what we wanted. And mom was okay with it. She thought it was all right. But then dad said, no more of this nonsense. Go back into the nursery.
So that made you feel sad? What is your reaction when Michael says that, George, to him feeling sad that you ripped up his letter?
Oh, just a kid being a kid.
What could you explain that a little bit for me? A kid being a kid?
Oh, you know how kids are. They're always soft and all just oh wow, 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 wow. Oh, grow up. You're not gonna be a kid all your life. You need to have some balls.
Hey, George. George, it's okay. We don't want to. Michael's still here. Um, But I just want to say, I wasn't there. I wasn't there, but I feel like George had the right to, tear up the letter or whatever it was, because I'm pretty sure, Michael comes up with a lot of different creative things, and so it's just kind of like one more thing on the list. But I'm pretty sure George's intentions were not, to hurt Michael's feelings. I'm very
You
sure.
were there, Mom. We watched you on a stairwell. We watched you, and he threw it in the fireplace, and you asked him why is he doing that. We saw you, Mom.
I
We
mean,
saw you.
I was there, but you know, I'm very sure there was. He could dealt with it. I had a meeting I had to go to, so it's okay. It's fine. We have more important things out in the world right now.
Huh? Right.
So, Michael, if your father, George, did not rip up the letter, how would that have made you feel?
That he would at least considered what we were asking, even though he didn't like all the things that we said in the letter. It would have just been nice for him to have told us what he did and didn't like, or at least considered maybe sending in the letter. I would have felt good. I know Jane would have felt great because we both wrote it together as a team.
Thank you for sharing that, Michael. And I bet that was difficult to share in front of your parents right now.
Good job,
George,
Michael. Good job,
so
Michael.
Thanks, Mom.
so now that we've heard of Michael's feelings and how he would have felt if you wouldn't have ripped up the letter, do you think that maybe this is something that you would do in the future? Maybe listen to him and Jane?
Oh, no. Hey, that's my household. I'm the man of the house. What they say does not go.
Yes, 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 honey. Tell him.
Until they start bringing in this type of stuff. When they start bringing in this, then maybe they can have some type of say so. But until then, hey, my house, my world.
And we honor them.
You honor who? Winifred.
The rules, the rules. The rules are put in place for something. These children, they're just children. So, yeah, I have to agree with George on this. Yes.
So, what kind of rules do you have in your household at this moment?
Well,
Well, we don't play games, you
mm,
know, no games, you know, um, no singing in songs, Basically, the stuff that was on the list that George told me about, yeah, no. But I have to disagree on that because I feel like they're children. You need music. Um, but George, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
they need structure. What is music gonna do for them when they're out here in the real world? What is music gonna do for them? Gonna pay their bills? Is listening to music gonna pay their bills? No, 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 no. I am trying to prepare my children for the future. They're not gonna always be under my roof.
George, tell her what you do. Tell her what you do.
I work hard.
So she can,
That's what I
Daddy
do.
works in a bank and he never even took us there yet.
Well, why do you need to
He
go to
always
my?
goes to the bank.
Why do you need to go to my job for? What the kids are gonna do at the bank? Gonna be
So
messing
we could see
around?
what it is that you do. We want to see what you do all day while you never take us anywhere.
Oh, okay. If I take you to my job, what do you want? What are you gonna do there? What do you want to do? What do you want to see? I can tell you what you want to see. I mean, what do you want? Tell
you
me.
can come with me with our little women's suffrage thing, and so you can understand a
Oh
little bit more.
no, no,
What? Well, George, just give it a
no.
try. Just give it a
That is
chance.
for women. He's not go. No, that's no. That's bizarre.
This is really good dialect between you guys because I noticed there's a lot of tension between family members. And George, I'd like to start out with you first and foremost. It seems like you have certain expectations for your family.
Yeah, of course.
What would those be?
Strong, to be independent, not to be weak, to be able to survive out here in this world. It's not a nice place. It will chew you up and spit you out if you're not prepared.
So, do you
Right,
think
George.
your expectations of your children are getting in the way of their development?
Oh, I don't think so. You? Do you think I'm a bad parent? Do you think I'm misleading my kids down the wrong path?
Never that, George. Never. Don't even think like that.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you.
Like Winifred said, you both are very caring parents. As you can see, you're here with Michael and soon to be Jane in the future. But it seems like, there are some dynamics that we can look further into to help your family. Would you be interested in that, George?
Uh, well, what do you think, honey? Do you think that would be a good idea?
Whatever you like to do, dear. You are the man of the house, so that's what you want to do for it.
We can try something like that out. I'm not opposed
Perfect.
to that.
Fantastic. So, Winifred, can you tell
Yeah.
me a little bit about your feelings in the family and your relations with the children?
Um, Everything is
Like
going wonderful.
kind of like your daily schedule, maybe?
Oh, okay. So we have a nanny that will come and get them up and, get them ready because that's what we pay her for. George, Michael, okay, and
Nanny,
then
nanny,
George.
nanny, 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 nanny,
Hey, hey,
nanny, nanny, nanny,
you
nanny,
need to
nanny, nanny,
respect your
nanny, nanny.
mother.
Nanny, 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 nanny. That's all we see is nanny, nanny, nanny. Mom, you go out too, but you come and go so quickly, but at least we get kisses and hugs from you. I don't know.
Well, George, you work a lot, and I understand that he's stressed. Everything that's going on in the world, and I am. If you have not voted or dealt with women's suffrage, um, doctor, um, you know, you can come and join our campaign. I'm really trying to focus on the world right now, and I understand that Michael and Jane, they need our attention, and I completely understand. But I also know that there are people out in the world that are getting paid way under wage. I understand that we are not being able to work like we want to work. So I have all these other things. That's why I have this sash on. It's for women's suffrage. And I'm actually right now I'm working on my sign for women's suffrage. So when we leave out of here, I can go straight and do what I need to do. But um, yeah, I feel like we do what we can do. What else do you ask from me and George? We work, we try to support each other, emotionally, and if we can't do it, we
Psychologist
also
woman,
have to.
psychology lady. Can I say
Yes,
something,
Michael.
psychology lady? Um, they we've gone through 10 or 12 nannies, and we hope that mom and dad would understand that
But why
we
is
wanted to
that,
be with
Michael?
them,
Michael, but why is that? What have y'all been doing?
making it
Being a bunch
hard
of
for the nannies.
Yeah, you're being a bunch
Okay,
of brats. That's what you're being. Brats.
okay, George,
Because
George.
you guys are never around, and all the nannies are all like stuck up. They're stiff and they have warts on their faces, and they tell us what to do. We don't have fun. We don't get to sing. We don't get to play. We're not really that.
But
Is
why
it
don't you just
possible?
tell us? See, and this, I feel like there's a problem. He won't tell us what's going on. And so me and George, we have to guess what's going on. And then we're not mind readers. We do work. We have a great 9 to 5. George does very awesome at his job, being a banker and all. And so, he has responsibilities he has to adhere to, and I have my own thing, I'm still working on my sign, but you know, I'm here, I'm listening, you know. So
And
Michael, you can always come to us.
that's a great point you bring up, Winifred, and I'm glad you brought that up that Michael, you can't read his mind. So I want, if it's okay with George and Winifred, Mr. and Mrs. Banks, I'd like to give Michael this opportunity to share with you how he feels right now about the family dynamic and what he wishes would change. And then we can kind of go from there. Would that be okay with you, Mr. and Mrs. Banks?
Oh, go ahead. Give it a
It's
try.
okay with George.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Michael, whenever you're ready.
Well, if Jane was here, she'd tell you too. We just want to have fun. We understand mom and dad has to work, but we only see them like in the dinner time or breakfast. And it would be nice if we just went for a walk in the park. Or if dad could just help us make a kite that works. He doesn't have to stay with us the whole time in the park. And mommy should come hang out a little bit too. We know they're busy. We just want them to hang out with us just a little bit. That's all. All the other kids talk about hanging out with their parents, and we're always talking about hanging out with our nanny, who has warts, by the way. Did I mention that earlier? Warts. They're huge, gross, ugh,
Well, I thought
warts.
you loved her. I thought you loved her though. She's a great nanny. Give her a chance. George, please do
Mm-mm.
something about Michael. Please do. I can't.
Hey, no,
I'm
we're gonna
about to
let
miss
the
my meeting.
no, we're gonna let the Miss Psychology lady handle yours. Oh, you got it.
Well, Winifred and George, um, like I said, we
Where did our psychology lady go?
Oh, Michael probably ran her off, talking that garbage crap.
She probably went for some water.
Oh, you think she was? Oh, I guess she was thirsty.
I
See?
apologize about that. I had to leave some
I was
breakfast.
about to leave, Our little march is about to start, and I just finished my sign. What do y'all think? Isn't that
It was
awesome?
very nice. I
That's
admire
awesome,
your
Mom.
I worked so hard on these. I gotta do like 20 more. And then if you want to help pass out flyers afterwards, be my guest. I have more. I have a lot more.
so it looks like we're coming close to our time limit here. Um, if you would like to come back, thanks, family, maybe even with Jane, and we can discuss Michael's feelings further, and maybe even, come up with some sort of dynamic that worked for everyone.
Yes, because
George,
now, yeah, but now we just stop right in the middle of Michael's feelings, and I don't really want to hear some more about it. So I guess um,
Yep.
guess we can
So
come back.
we can go ahead and wrap up um, about Michael's feelings. Um, and then we will go ahead and have another session. Does that
Yeah,
work for everyone?
yeah, because I don't want to continue to just forget about my son's feelings. I don't want him to feel like, oh, that was my feelings, and then oh, now we gotta go. That was it. I don't want him to hate me, his mom, or hate you. It might not turn out the same the next session. So can we just let him get his feelings out the way?
Whatever
Certainly,
George
Mr.
says.
Banks. So, Winifred, we heard what Michael had to say, that he wished Mr. Banks and you were around more. What do you, I know you said, quote unquote, you can't even. Did this incite anger for you, what Michael was saying?
Oh no, 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 no. I just know how to deal with them. I just, whenever he gets like that, I usually, bring his father into it, and I just, I have other important things to do. Like I'm telling you, the world is we're trying to start a revolution right now. So okay,
Oh, I guess
so
that's
this
time for
is
your women's meeting, huh?
well,
Is
whenever
that
I
your
can
law?
advertise, whenever I can advertise, honey, I just feel like it's important. See, my sash it keeps falling, but it's important. You see, I wear this all the time. I want people to see what's going on. And I think Michael and Jane being able to see what their mother is doing, is a great way to go about it. Um, if they ever want to come out and help pass out flyers, they're more than welcome to do so, you know. But I also understand that they're children.
How would you feel about passing out flyers with your mother, Michael?
I love it.
Okay.
Would this
Would
be
you run
something?
away?
What'd you say, Mom?
Would you run away,
No. I'd help you hand out all the flyers to all your lady friends.
George?
I don't know. You see that smirk he just gave?
Yeah. See, that's what we're worried about. Michael and Jane, they're nice in front of, talking to strangers and just
No,
other people.
honest, Mommy. Honest, 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 honest. I promise we'll be good. We just want to be with you just for a little bit. We won't run away. Promise, promise.
George, I can't. I'm trying to explain.
Uh,
I just can't.
well, oh gosh, I don't really give a damn shit. I don't care. I don't care anymore. They want to go to the damn meeting with you. Let them go to the meeting. If they want to go to my damn job, I'll take them to my job. If I would just shut the rats up.
George, it's okay.
So, Winifred, so you are okay with taking Michael to your meetings to hand out flyers?
I am, but I'm worried that they just will get restless and they'll go and do other things, and that's why we bring nannies. We have them to take them to the park and wherever else they would like to go because you know what can I do with them? You know, George is
We can
working
bring the
all the
nanny
time.
too. We can bring the nanny too just to make sure we don't run away. But I want to hold your hand and hand out a few flyers.
See, I just George, I'm gonna miss my meeting, George. So can we just let it go? We'll come back and we'll talk about it another day. But I really need to go because I have all these flyers to pass out. And George, don't you have a meeting you need to go to?
Yep, sure do. So let's just wrap it up. I tried to give you guys a little bit more time. We said we're gonna take them to our job sites, and that will be perfect. I think that's a good way to end our session. Is that okay with you, Miss Lady?
Yes, is it okay?
So, we can definitely arrange another meeting. And is there anything else, um, anything one would like to say before we conclude?
I want to give you one of these flyers so you can pass out to your other people. So I'm gonna.
Okay,
Here you go. You gotta take it. Okay, don't
thank
take me.
you.
Just go and look at it. Okay, thank you.
I appreciate it. I will hang it up in my office. Um, Michael, did you have any other questions or something to say?
Michael.
Nope. I just want to go with mommy.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in, Banks family, and please follow the line out the hall all the way to the reception desk, and she will schedule your next appointment.
Yep. Thank you.
All right.
Have a
Goodbye.
great day.
Bye.
Bye.